Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to John's Gold and Silver. Looks like we're live. So, price of gold today, going crazy. We're going to talk about that. Also, silver definitely hit $41.30 something cents. We got to talk about silver. Do you guys have enough silver and gold? I hope you do. So I've been telling you about it for long enough. And now we're beginning to see more people talk about, monetary reset. This is the stuff that I've been learning about for many, many years. But it's starting to become a little bit more mainstream when you hear people talk about gold, revaluation of gold, monetary resets. So this stuff's getting to be a little bit more common, which is what we should see. And then it'll become real, We've been talking about higher silver prices for so long, and now it's finally becoming real. Finally. Silver is like it's at a 14-year high right now. So we just have to go a little bit higher. Really, once we get over the 42, 43 mark, we could really accelerate up to 50, okay? And then if we ever go beyond 50, which we will, it's a guarantee that we're going over 50. And it's probably going to be really, really soon. Like by the end of the year, we could go over 50. And even if it's not soon, it's going to happen anyways. It's just going to take longer. So yes, silver's going over 50. That's a guarantee. And now I think everybody knows it. I think at this point, everybody sees the cup and handle that is silver, okay? It's got one of the most well-constructed, biggest cup and handles of any asset throughout all of history. And silver is one of the only assets that the demand is skyrocketing. And it's just it's a physical asset, which is pretty rare. If you're holding physical assets, basically you're going to be holding antique guns, artwork, rare coins, Pokemon cards, rare instruments, guitars, things like that. Or there's gold and silver. It's an entire asset class in and of itself, different from all other physical assets. All right, so gold and silver is an incredible asset class because you got a lot of money in a small spot, and it's well known all over the entire world throughout thousands of years, throughout the ages. It's a guarantee, guys. I know people are scared to buy silver now because it's hitting $40, but soon, for $1,000, you're just going to get a few ounces, It's going to be going a lot higher than $50. A lot higher than $40. So if you think silver's too high now, then you're going to be very surprised and you're going to lose out. You got to hold silver and gold. Before, all the channels were criticizing it, all the crypto channels were poo-pooing on gold. But I think now, like Cryptos R Us, they're talking about gold way more, and they're starting to be more accepting of gold. I think, a little bit. So you're going to see a lot more accepting of gold, okay? You're going to see a lot more acceptance of cryptocurrencies, gold and silver, in the future. All right? NFTs, I hope not. I don't like NFTs, but gold and silver, for sure. So like I said, gold and silver are unique assets. There's really nothing else quite like them that can be universally recognized, fairly easy to transport when you're talking gold. Silver, if you have $10 million in silver, it's going to be a lot harder to transport that on a plane, okay? But also, if you have $10 million in silver, you can possibly afford to transport it via train or other methods, If you have that much silver, then you got the money to move it. Or you got a place to store it. So storage, to me, it's never really a big issue, but to Bitcoin people, that's huge. But to me, it's not an issue to be able to store gold and silver. It's just all these issues that people bring up against gold and silver, I don't really believe a lot of them. And I think there's ways around these. All right, guys. So we will be checking. We're doing a lot today. So guys, buckle up. You're in for a long ride. And it's going to be an exciting ride too. We're going to get ready for a workout here. I'm going to make my protein drink, show you guys what I put in my protein drink, and then in a little while, we're going to actually do a workout, okay? I'm going to tell you guys what I do pre-workout, how I eat to get enough energy, and then we're going to take a break, and then when I come back in a couple hours, we're actually going to do arm, chest, and shoulders, all right? So yes, we do have to make our protein drink. So I'll get ready to do that. And you guys could ask any questions. But yes, thanks everyone for being here. We got 3 people in here. Appreciate you guys. I'm just doing a couple things real quick. Hopefully to help us get a little bit more views, putting a good title on this video. All right, guys, looks like we lost everybody. But I got to talk about stagflation too, because that's one of the reasons gold and silver are going way, way higher. All right. So we'll go over that real quick. You guys got to know this stuff, okay? So stagflation. Hi, I'm feeling amazing today. I'm going to be getting ready for a workout. I got a big day planned. I'm going to go look at a couple of cars. I got to buy a car, all right, guys? And then we're going to do a workout. I'm going to eat a lot of food, go for walks, probably train legs, train chest, shoulders. I got stuff to do today. It's going to be a wonderful day. I'm really looking forward to my workout. Energy drink, yeah, I am. I got a Ghost today. They're not really good for you, but I definitely cut back on them. So today I'm having one, but they really are not good at all for you. But I'll get into that on a day that I'm not drinking one. They got sucralose. Sucralose, very bad. But of all the probiotics in my stomach that I kill from drinking energy drinks, I put them back. So hopefully we get those good bacteria growing within the gut. All right? This is part of what I do for my pre-workout. Perfect food. Raw, organic, perfect food, okay? It's made by Garden of Life. This company is owned by Nestle. Nestle bought out the original Garden of Life, but they still do have some good products, okay? This is probably their best product, all right? You got to get this stuff. Feel Right. If you go to Feel Right, you tell them it's your birthday, they'll give you a discount. I got a discount. How do you do with the creatine? How are you doing so far with the creatine? Well, I'll tell you this. Creatine always works as long as you drink enough water. So, you know, the more water you drink on creatine, the bigger you're going to get. Of course, up to your saturation levels. Your muscle cells, your muscle can only get so much creatine in there. Provided that you're fully, you know, you have a maximal amount of creatine in your muscles and you're drinking tons of water, it's going to work really great. For me, I'm probably not drinking enough water, but the creatine helped me gain about 5-6 pounds. So I do have a little bit of extra, it looks like I have extra muscle. Muscle is made up of like 70-something% water. Creatine just helps you make sure that your muscle is maximized with water. Okay, so creatine is one of the best things. Your live stream has multiple copyright reports. Notifications. There is no notifications pending on my reports. All right, guys. Some guy I just had to mute him because he was trying to like say a bunch of weird stuff or something. All right, guys, let's take a look at the price of gold right now. Oh boy, guys, gold is skyrocketing. Dude, we're going to get rich. It's up 40. Kitco says that gold is up $49.20. $49.20. That's according to Kitco. And let's look at silver. Right now, silver is up $41.31, guys. $41.31. So the price of silver is really rocking. It's taken so long to get up to 41, but it's not going to take that much longer to get to, you know, 50, 60, 70, okay? It's not going to take a long time. Because of a principle called momentum or momentum. When you have your momentum, you have something moving and it starts moving faster and faster and faster. That's what momentum is. So silver is going to go up and it's going to start going up faster and faster and faster. This is how you get rich. You have to get in at the right time, okay? You don't want to be waiting for 13 years, you know? This is when you want to buy it right now, okay? You could, if you would have bought silver any time in the past, you would have had to wait a long time, just like me. But if you buy it right now, you're not going to have to wait. Silver already has that momentum built up. You guys see, okay? The time value of money. You're going to put your money in and you're going to start making money right away. You don't have to wait. That is what the time value of money principle is, okay? You want to maximize, you know, your dollars and not waste a lot of time. You know, in other words, you should be getting a yield on your dollar. So, and you want to do that quickly. You don't want to have to invest and wait years and years and years. So silver is looking good right now. All right. So it's got a good time value of money. I'm drinking papaya seeds right now. Oh man, it tests insane. Thank you, dude. Thanks for the good words. So yeah, silver is skyrocketing. It's a Monday. We could even take a look at some stocks, guys, if you guys want to. Take a look at some stocks. But right now, let's look at Shiba Inu. 1283. So the price of Shiba Inu is up. And that's something that I know you guys can appreciate. What do I always say? Silver, gold, and Shiba Inu. Those are the best investments right now. Not financial advice, okay? Silver, gold, and Shiba Inu. Come on, guys. Hit that subscribe button, too. Subscribe. And we have to take our Cissus quadrangularis. Cissus. This one is like a steroid for your bones, okay? It'll help your bones recover from fractures. So if you know anyone that broke any bones, this could help that. It could also help prevent osteoporosis and arthritis. So I do believe in taking this, or at least cycling it, you know, a couple months on, 1 month off, or, you know, cycle it somehow. Take it for half the year, then stop taking it, or just take a very small dosage every day, whatever. As long as you're taking this, it's really going to help your body, help recovery. It's going to help wound recovery too, just like wheatgrass juice helps wound recovery. This is really great. It's totally different than wheatgrass juice, but it will have some similar healing effects on the body, okay? So what I like to do with Cissus is take like about 1 gram a day. One scoop is 1 gram. So that you take this stuff, and it'll help make your body stronger, help you recover. Very good, very strong supplement, very strong indeed. Taste is very bad. Oh, actually, it tastes quite good. A little bit bigger. A little bit. The goal is not to get huge. I don't want to get huge, because then I would have to spend thousands of dollars a month for food. The goal is to stay ripped and add a little bit of muscle over time. The goal is to really focus on my body, train it hard, and just lose a little bit more body fat and build a little bit more muscle, okay? I'm not trying to become some kind of superhuman. I just want to get those cuts to show a little bit better, the six-pack, the striations in the shoulder to stand out a little bit more, and just add a little bit more mass to the chest, the arms. So that's what we're trying to do here. I'm not trying to get yoked, you know? You guys will see. You'll see. What you going to work out today? I'm going to do the chest, arms, and shoulders. So, guys, you got to think about when you're going to work out, what part of your body is healed the most? Remember, the body takes time to heal from your last workout. So right now I think my biceps are healed. My chest. My triceps, I'm not sure. Because when I ride my motorcycle, my triceps get sore sometimes. Especially when I ride my motorcycle, I think it works out this part right here. That part of my tricep is getting like, it's like rock hard. So it's got something to do with that. And it really just freaking down there. And I am going to hit my triceps today though, because I love it. I love it. I want to just blow up these arms, see how big I can get them, see how pumped up I can get. That's what it's about. Arnold said it, nothing feels better than the pump. The pump, it feels just like having, you know the Arnold quote. I don't need to say it, guys. You know what Arnold said about the pump. You don't like doing pull-ups. I do. I could actually do probably about 15, 16 pull-ups in a row. I'm trying to master the muscle up. A muscle up is when you pull down, and then you go like this, and then you push. Trying to do that. I cannot do a muscle up. So I want to work on my back strength, my lats right here. That's what I want to work on. But today I really want to get the arms growing and the chest and shoulders. So I'm going to work out in about an hour and a half. I'm getting my pre-workout meal in right now, protein shake, and then I'm going to have 2 oranges. And then we're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit the muscles. We're gonna see what I can do, guys. But pull-ups, I like chin-ups. Also, close grip pull-ups are really good for the biceps and the back, helping out your back thickness. So, yeah, pull-ups are one of the best exercises. If you really want to get your back to get the thickness and the width, you've got to incorporate chin-ups, pull-ups, wide grips, and you have to do a rowing motion. Rowing is like this. That's what really helps add more mass and thickness to the back, okay? The wide grip chin-ups will help the lats come out a little bit more. But again, if you don't have the genetics, you're never going to get great lats or a great back. But everyone can improve. I believe that every human has the ability to develop an aesthetically pleasing physique, except for like 0.001% of the population, you know. People that just, their body is built just like a block or like a super short block or something like that. Maybe those people can't really get that aesthetic looking, but then again, look at Lee Priest, you know. So I really do think that everyone can become aesthetically pleasing, have an aesthetically pleasing physique. But for some people, obviously, it's going to take a lot more work than others. Some people have been eating a bad diet for 40 years. So those people, it's going to take a lot more work. You know, it took 40 years to get out of shape. It's at least going to take 2 years of really hard work to get back in shape. Okay? Or at least a year and a half, you know. Once you know what you're doing, you can drop body fat just like that. You can drop 5-6 pounds a week of body fat. You know, you just got to stop eating. Go on a carnivore, you know, just eat meat. What do you think of calisthenics workout? I think those are really great. You know, you see the guys doing all kinds of crazy stuff. They're doing like push-ups and stuff when their legs are in the air, handstand push-ups. Yeah, that stuff's real good, you know. Body weight exercises, compound body weight exercises can boost your testosterone. Pull-ups, push-ups, dips especially. Dips are a great upper body exercise. So calisthenics, that's kind of what I do, but I started doing weights too. So I do curls and overhead extensions, you know, and shoulder raises. So I think that calisthenics will provide a good base, but if you really want to get an aesthetically pleasing body, you do need to do some workout with the weights, okay? Well, you don't have to, but I think the weights can definitely help certain muscle groups. But with calisthenics, you can hit almost every muscle. I think you can hit every muscle if you know how to do it, you know. With calisthenics, you can basically hit every muscle. So, oh yeah, I would definitely advise people to do calisthenics if they can't get to a gym. You know, just do push-ups. The problem is a lot of people can't even do one push-up. So what you do is you find a elevated surface and then do them like this. When your body, like here's you standing up, just lean over a little bit, lean against something, and just push up off of it. And then eventually your body will be against the ground, and then you can do push-ups right off the ground. So yeah, calisthenics are great. Says gold's up $50 right here. $50. in one day. Bitcoin is at 112,000. XRP is just under $3, $2.98. Ethereum, 4,294. So Ethereum and Bitcoin are the big leaders, obviously. Well, and Solana. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. And Ethereum needs to make a new record high. And I have a lot of cryptocurrencies that are on Ethereum. So, you know, once Ethereum makes a new record, oh, there's a bee. We got him, guys. We got a bee. So now that we got that bee, so Solana is very close to making a new record high. When it does, all of the meme coins on Solana could really skyrocket. That's how I plan on getting rich. You know, all these meme coins on Ethereum. So Bitcoin is expected to have one more final blast off because we are still in the time frame of the Bitcoin from the last Bitcoin halving. So should be in the next, by the end of the year or early next year, Bitcoin should and Ethereum should skyrocket. Should is the key word. There's never any guarantees. But should. Definitely. So, we don't need to go over that. Come on, guys. What's up? We're losing viewers here. We got one viewer. Man, my channel really got destroyed. Shadow banned. But that's the way it goes. Yes, you got to have that motivation. You know, what should motivate you is how your body's going to look after you put in the work. That final product, you know. You've got to have goals along the way, you know. Like if you weigh 500 pounds, then you should definitely celebrate when you hit 400. You know, you got to have little goals along the way. If you want to get an 18-inch arm, then you should have a celebration when you hit 17. And you should, set milestones. And you should track your progress, guys. Track your progress. Yeah, I was going to weigh myself today. My scale was the battery's dead in my scale. So I can't even weigh myself. I was going to see how my progress is coming along. I think I weigh about 170. So if I stop taking the creatine and lower the carbs, I'll go back down to 160 probably. So, you know, it's just really hard for me to add muscle. Hopefully in today's workout, we're going to be able to build some muscle. And remember, guys, you got to train your legs. Okay, you're so much muscle mass in your lower body, your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, your calves. So training your lower body can really help you gain weight and burn fat. All right. So yes, do not skip leg day. That's true. You don't want to skip leg day at all. Because when you train your legs, you're going to boost your testosterone, growth hormone. This guy was 250. Now he weighs 215. Dang. You've come a long way. Yeah, I'm only freaking 170. I would like to get up to like 185 and be a lot of muscle. Maybe I can do it, but I don't want to eat that much or spend that much money on food. That's my problem. And then I don't want to be cooking all the time. And, you know, when you really want to improve your body to the max, it becomes a full-time job. You're going to have to meal prep, you know. Hair's still bald, buddy. It's been a couple of months. No, it's not bald. I got plenty of hair, dude. I'm going to grow my hair back. You never gave me the donation for the Rogaine, so you got to give me that donation. Give me a super chat for my Rogaine. We already did get 2 or 3 super chats, but not from you though. Right now I'm trying to grow the muscles. Once the muscles get bigger, the hair will come back naturally. But yes, I am starting to use this to help the hair grow back too. Cissus quadrangularis. We're going to see if it helps the hair. But yeah. One thing that also changed is gold, silver and gold are higher. Did you buy any of that yet? Or are you just coming back to complain about my hair? Because last I checked, gold's up $50 today, and silver's at $41.30. So are you still a hater? Or are you actually going to be coming around and getting with it on this channel, buying gold and silver? You actually going to become a part of this movement? Probably not. You're just going to hate. You're just going to be a hater, guys. But we need haters. Not everyone can be a winner. A lot of people got to be haters. Okay? Just like some people got to take out the trash. Some people got to be haters so that those few can succeed. Okay? Everything is in a balance in nature. All right? Some people got to be winners like us. Other people's got to be haters. Because those haters can actually motivate the winners. So that's what haters don't understand, is all that hate creates motivation. And you got to know how to channel that energy and put it towards work. But yeah, guys, these are some of the secrets. You got to know how to channel your energy, okay? If you can channel your sexual energy, if you can channel your anger energy, then you can use that for massive success to make money, and that's exactly what I do. Is I channel a lot of my different types of energy into success, and I put that time into YouTube, my own business. All right, guys, growing my channel. We're over 3,000. We got a lot of followers, guys. We got over 3,300 now. Pretty soon we're going to be at 10,000 subscribers. And then my next milestone after 10,000 is 100,000. All right, guys? And that's when we get the YouTube plaque, and I'll put that up on the wall. And that's going to be one of the big days on this channel. And hopefully that happens in less than 10 years. Hopefully it happens in the next 2 years. And I think it will, because I'm a hard worker on this channel, guys. Get motivated. Thank you. Thank you so much. We all have to stay motivated to save money, invest money, motivated to find a better job, okay? Motivated to find that woman of your dreams, to have kids. You got to keep that motivation always in the back of your mind. Your reasons for success. Why are you chasing money? Why are you chasing things to improve your life? So too many people start thinking about TV shows and movies and drinking, what they're going to do on Friday. They're going to go get wasted. No. This is the fool's way of going through life. You got to go through life like an intelligent, reasonable person. All right? Intelligent and reasonable. and focus on money and focus on self-improvement. Get strength, get stronger. Yes. Thanks, brother. Thank you. Yes, we got 7 people in here now. All right, I got to get my pre-workout meal, which is basically just 2 oranges. I'm going to burn these oranges off in like 10 minutes. And we got eggs for post-workout. You're making hard-boiled eggs later on. No, but I should. I was going to make scrambled eggs. Any kind of eggs are good for you, you know. You don't really want to overcook them because then you denature the protein, but all eggs are very good. I like to do scrambled eggs. Yeah, I definitely think scrambled eggs are the best. Yep. Jesus. Big Papa Pump. We got to get pumped up. So this is part of my pre-workout meal. I already had energy drink, which is not that good for you. And I also had some of this Garden of Life raw meal. And now I'm having 2 oranges. And that's basically my breakfast and my pre-workout meal. Okay? For post-workout, I'm going to have eggs and green beans. Again, sometimes, you know, after your workout, you want to get a lot of carbs to replenish the glycogen. Yes, that's true. But I'm going to start lowering my carbs again. Dixie plates, we use those at my house too. Yeah. It's good stuff. So this is going to definitely fuel my muscles. Whoever talks shit about paper plates is because they can't afford them. Yeah. Most people can't afford paper plates. So they buy one plate and then they just keep washing it over and over and over. And that takes work. Time is money, okay? Paper plates are the way to go for an aspiring entrepreneur. They really are, okay? And then once you get to a higher level, that's when you hire a maid, and she can actually rewash actual plates, okay? So that's where I'm trying to get to the level. I'm trying to get to the level where I can then afford a housemaid. Mm. Really a lot of sugar in this orange. Almost too sugary. Hmm. Good, good. Is sugar from fruits bad as well? Hmm. Well, um, my opinions on this have definitely evolved over the years. Most people will tell you, 99 of people will tell you that sugar from fruits is good sugar. But once you get to a higher level, you get more knowledge, more understanding, you learn way more, you read way more, and then you figure out, okay, the next level is, the truth is that all sugar is bad. Even sugar from fruits, because you also realize that fruit's not supposed to have that much sugar in it. Okay? So the predominating view right now is that fruit sugar is good for you. But the actual reality is that no, it's bad. All sugar will massively spike your blood glucose levels, insulin levels. And when you do that too often, it's not good for you. It's not good for your brain. It can cause dementia. And this is not supposed to have this much sugar in it. This is genetically modified to have many, many times more sugar than it originally had. And all sugar will feed cancer, okay? That's the truth of it. All sugar feeds cancer, including fruit sugar. So obviously, if you get cancer, then you want to go on a diet that is completely void of all sugar. That's the number one thing you do if you get cancer. You go on a diet void of sugar. Basically, you could do a carnivore diet. That's a very good diet for anti-cancer. Why do I talk about cancer so much? It's because everybody's basically going to get cancer. Almost everybody. So, it's number one disease. And when you get it, you're basically screwed. There's reasons I talk about cancer so much. Most of you are going to get it. And that's why I tell you, take wheatgrass juice. Yeah, this orange isn't supposed to have this much sugar in it. This is a completely unnatural orange. Nature never intended an orange to be like this. Never. Pure genetic modifications. Well, yeah, if overconsumed, for sure. Because you got to think, how much sugar did people used to eat? How much sugar are our bodies adapted to? Almost none. Okay? If you go back to a hunter-gatherer diet, how much sugar did people have? Pretty much nothing. Almost no sugar at all. So any sugar is really something that the body is not meant for, you know? The human body can survive on a wide variety of diets, though. That's the one thing about humans. We are very adaptable, but it's still not good to stray from a traditional human diet, which is hunter-gatherer, meats, seeds, fruits, and vegetables. That's what we should eat. Meat, seeds, fruits, and vegetables. Healthy oils, olive oil. Berries. I think a lot of humans had a very high-fat diet. We used to eat a high-fat diet. So that's what our bodies are probably mostly adapted to, high fats. And that's what my body works great on, high-fat diets. Low sugar, high fat. I get super ripped. I have tons of energy. I'm getting pumped already. See how friggin' sweet that is? That ain't not natural at all. Also, have the way of living was different. We didn't have cars, so just pure walking all the time. Our way of living was very different, and people used to be healthier because they had to walk places, they had to chop the firewood. They didn't have machines that chopped all the wood, you know? So people are not healthy today. Our way of living has changed. We've become lazy. You are not meant for that. You're not meant to sit in an office. You're meant to be walking around, exploring, lifting things, running up hills, you know? That's what your body is meant to do, a lot of things. And today, people are getting way too out of shape. They don't care about their health because they say, oh, we have medicine. Medicine will help me. No. As soon as you start taking one medication, then the chances that you're going to take another one skyrocket. And many people are on multiple medications. 5, 10 different types of medication. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to get going, okay? But when you come back, I'll be back in about an hour. I'm going to let some of this food digest, and we're going to do actual workout, okay? We're doing heavy push-ups, heavy arm training, and heavy shoulder training, okay? So come back in about an hour, all right? And I will see you there. And get ready. Get your dumbbells ready, all right? Get your dumbbells ready if you have them. If you don't have them, then you can just do push-ups along with me, all right? So come back here soon, guys. I'll be back. Have your pre-workout